This is Meet Sean, where we break down real life topics insurance, annuities, real estate, travel planning, and home ownership so you can make smarter moves. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.
Every time you click checkout, there's basically this invisible war that kicks off in milliseconds.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Like algorithms are testing dozens of coupon codes, payment gateways are, scrambling your data.
Mapping logistics, all of it.
Exactly. And today we're taking you behind the scenes of that whole digital battlefield because we are doing a deep dive into a really comprehensive guide from CoquinaPublish.com.
It's titled Best Online Shopping Sites. How to pick the right store before you buy.
Yeah. And our mission today is basically to take you from being, maybe a beginner at online shopping and turn you into a really savvy, secure deal hunter. Because while shopping in your pajamas sounds amazing, the internet is, well, it's a wild place.
It really is.
So we want to give you practical, actionable advice on keeping your wallet safe, finding those hidden discounts, and just navigating this whole landscape. So, okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and to start, before we can even talk about saving money, we really have to talk about protecting the money you already have.
Right, because you can't be a savvy shopper if your info gets stolen.
Exactly. The Coquina Publish Guide makes this the absolute first step, verifying a website's security. And for beginners, the easiest way to do this is to just look for that little padlock icon in the browser bar.
Which I think most people kind of know to look for that, right?
Sure. But you also need to make sure the URL actually starts with HTTPS.
Oh, with the S at the end.
Right, because that S literally stands for secure.
Gotcha.
When you have that, your browser and the store's server are basically scrambling your data, like your physical address or, credit card numbers, into these complex keys.
So anyone trying to intercept it just sees gibberish.
Exactly. But, and this is crucial, the guide also points out visual red flags.
Like what?
Well, bad links, poor grammar all over the homepage, or like really blurry images.
Oh, yeah, when it looks like it was made in 5 minutes.
Right. Those are major warning signs that a site just isn't professional, or worse, it's just a cloned interface designed to steal your info.
Yeah, which leads right into how you actually pay, because the source explicitly ranks payment methods, which I found super interesting.
Yeah, they do. They basically say you should always prioritize credit cards over debit cards.
Right. They gave credit cards a high security rating.
With excellent fraud protection.
Right. Whereas debit cards only offer, limited fraud protection.
Yeah, limited.
Yeah.
Because a debit card is just a direct pipe into your actual bank account.
Yeah.
If someone fraudulent charges it, your actual cash is just gone.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Using a debit card online is like handing a stranger your actual wallet and just hoping they only take what they need.
That is a terrifying way to put it, but yeah.
But using a credit card, or, one of those digital wallets they mentioned, it's like using the bank's money as an impenetrable shield.
Well, in digital wallets like PayPal or Apple Pay, the guide highlights those as having very high security.
Because they hide your details, right?
Exactly. They hide your actual bank details from the merchant entirely. You just pass the payment through this sort of digital airlock.
I love that. And this raises an important question, right? Which is, what else indicates a site might be trying to trap your money?
Yeah, transparency.
Yeah.
Or, well, a lack of it.
The return policy.
Yes. The guide says if you can't find a store's return policy, or if they, hide these massive restocking fees in the fine print.
That's a giant red flag.
Massive. A legitimate company wants you to feel confident, so they make returns easy. If they hide it, they're hoping the friction just makes you give up and let them keep your cash.
Okay, so say your digital shield is up. You know how to safely check out.
Right.
How do we actually make sure the total at that checkout is as low as humanly possible?
Well, the guide's golden rule is basically never pay full price if you can avoid it.
I love that rule. But how practical is it really?
Very, actually. They heavily recommend using browser extensions.
Oh, the ones that just pop up at checkout?
Yeah, you just install them, and they automatically scour the internet to locate hidden coupon codes and apply them right as you're checking out.
It feels like magic when that works.
It does. But what's really smart is what the guide calls stacking deals.
Right, layering them.
Exactly. So you use the hidden coupon from the browser extension, right? But before that, you click through a cashback portal.
Okay.
And then you pay with a rewards credit card.
Oh, wow. So you're getting a discount on the price, cash back from a portal, and points from your credit card all on one single purchase.
Exactly. You are lowering the total cost at 3 different stages.
That's serious strategy. But the source also talks about patience, which I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, for non-urgent household items.
Right. They strongly advise waiting for seasonal sales events like, Black Friday or back to school sales. But I kind of have to push back on this a little.
Oh, how so?
Well, waiting weeks or even months for a seasonal sale, just for a non-urgent item, it feels like a massive test of willpower.
It does.
Especially in this era of instant gratification, right? Is the source essentially saying that patience is the ultimate highest value coupon you can use?
That is exactly what they're saying, and I totally agree with the analysis.
Really?
Yeah, because think about it. Retailers spend billions trying to get you to impulse buy. When you force yourself to wait, it turns an impulse buy into a purposeful purchase.
You break their spell.
Exactly. You break the behavioral loop.
Yeah.
And that is the absolute core of smart shopping.
Okay, that makes sense. But what if you really can't wait?
Then you use the newsletter trick.
Oh, signing up for the emails?
Right. Sign up for your favorite store's newsletters. They almost always send exclusive discount codes or give you early access to sales before they go public.
You just have to deal with a slightly more cluttered inbox.
True. But you can always route those to a separate folder.
Good tip. All right, so we've got our security down and we know how to find the deals. But where should you actually be deploying these skills?
Yeah, the digital battlefield itself.
Right, because the source argues that not all stores are created equal.
Definitely not. The guide breaks down what they call the big three general retailers.
Amazon, eBay, and Walmart.
Exactly. And they each have very specific strengths you should leverage.
Okay, break that down for us.
So Amazon is obviously unbeatable for speed and everyday essentials. If you need paper towels tomorrow, that's your spot.
Right.
eBay is the go-to for unique finds, vintage stuff, and auctions. It's total different.
It's like a world's biggest garage sale.
Yeah. And then Walmart, the guide highlights as the winner for sheer value, everyday pricing, and especially their grocery pickup.
Because they leverage their physical stores?
Precisely. But here's where it gets really interesting.
Let me guess. When you pivot away from the big box stores.
Exactly. The source emphasizes that these huge generalists can't always meet specific, specialized standards.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I was thinking about this, like picking the right tool for a job.
Well, that's a good way to look at it.
Right. You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to hang a delicate picture frame. If you want speed, you use the Amazon sledgehammer.
Right.
But if you want, say, empathy and specialized advice for your pet, you need the precision tool of a niche store, like Chewy.
Yes. The guide specifically highlights Chewy for that exact reason. They have an incredibly empathetic, helpful customer service team.
Which is vital when you're dealing with pet health or, weird dietary needs. An algorithm isn't going to help you figure out which grain-free food is best for an older dog.
No, it's not. They also highlight Etsy, which is perfect for one-of-a-kind artisan crafts.
And supporting small businesses.
Right. And then there's Zappos.
Oh, Zappos is legendary for shoes.
Completely unmatched for footwear, mainly because of their highly generous, no-pressure return policy.
Because shoes are so hard to buy online, you never know if they'll fit.
Exactly. Zappos basically built their entire business model around making returns frictionless, so you don't stress about buying 3 pairs just to try them on.
And what's fascinating here is how the source advises actually figuring out what to buy from these specialized places.
Oh, you mean using the online community?
Yeah. Bypassing the marketing spin entirely.
It's such a great strategy. They recommend going to Reddit or specialized Facebook groups to get honest feedback on items before you buy them.
Because the store's website is obviously going to tell you the product is perfect.
Right, but a dedicated subreddit will tell you if those hiking boots actually fall apart after 2 weeks.
Exactly. So, okay, we've kind of mastered the present-day tactics. But the landscape of retail is evolving so rapidly.
It really is. The tech is moving fast.
Yeah, and to truly be an informed shopper, you need to know what's coming next. So let's talk about the future section of the guide.
Well, artificial intelligence is already stepping in heavily. It's actively curating your feed based on your past choices.
Kind of quietly in the background?
Very quietly. But the future trends, the source points to get even wilder, like predictive ordering.
Okay, what is that?
It's essentially stores guessing what you need before you even run out. Like your smart home realizes you use a bag of coffee every 3 weeks, so it just automatically orders it on day 20.
That is slightly terrifying, but also incredibly convenient.
Right. They also mention social commerce, which is buying straight from a social media post without ever leaving the app.
Oh, I've started seeing that. You just click the video and buy the shirt the person is wearing.
Exactly. And instant delivery is shrinking wait times from days to mere hours.
It's all about removing the friction.
Totally. And the tech that I find most interesting is augmented reality or AR.
Oh, like using your phone camera?
Yeah, soon you'll be able to like see a piece of furniture in your actual living room before you buy it, or try on glasses using your phone's camera.
Which massively reduces the risk of buyer's remorse.
Exactly. You know it looks good before you spend the money.
But the guide also points out that the future isn't just about flashy tech, right?
No, it's also about ethics. Sustainability is becoming huge. Shoppers increasingly want complete transparency regarding, supply chains and the carbon footprints of the things they're buying.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? I think the coolest takeaway here is that you can actively train these algorithms today.
You really can.
By deliberately clicking not interested on ads or actively favoriting items, you are basically teaching the AI to only show you things that have true value to you.
Yeah, it synthesizes perfectly. You're taking control of your personalized recommendations.
Right.
Which shifts you from just being a passive consumer who just buys what's in front of them to an active curator of your own shopping experience.
It's a total mindset shift.
It really is.
All right, let's recap the essential toolkit we've built today. First, always look for the padlock and use credit cards or digital wallets to protect your baseline capital.
Definitely.
Second, wheeled browser extensions, stack your rewards, and practice seasonal patience for maximum savings.
Never pay full price.
Exactly. Third, pick the right store for your specific needs. Use the Amazon sledgehammer for speed, but rely on the specialized support of places like Chewy for niche items.
And check Reddit before you buy.
Yes, always check Reddit. And finally, actively train your algorithms so the tech works for you, not against you.
It's a solid toolkit.
It really is. But I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. Something about this whole predictive ordering future we discussed.
Oh, yeah. The AI ordering your coffee before you know you need it.
Right.
Yeah.
Think about this. If artificial intelligence gets so good that stores automatically ship us household items the exact moment before we realize we need them,
Which is coming.
what actually happens to the concept of shopping around? Like, will our future browser extensions just negotiate with the store's AI on our behalf in the background?
Oh, bot versus bot.
Exactly. Or will the sheer convenience of never having to even click buy finally kill the thrill of finding that hidden coupon code yourself?
It's a tough trade-off.
It really is. Are we willing to sacrifice the thrill of the hunt for zero friction? It's something to explore next time your feed recommends the exact thing you were just thinking about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
That's it for today's Meet Sean. If this helped, follow the show and share this episode with one person who needs it. See you next time.